What's up, my shoe tubers? Welcome back to another episode of Sold Out. Excuse me for my voice cracking a little bit today. I have been yelling all week at our basketball games. We had 3 games last week and my voice is kind of shot, so bear with me. But what we have in here today is something special. I appreciate the guys over at 361 for sending me this. This is Spencer Dinwiddie sneaker. It's called the DVD one. A lot of people are asking why they don't call it the SD one. I guess a lot of people overseas, Asia, China, stuff like that, pronounce his name Spencer Dinwiddie or something like that. Someone was telling me. I'm not sure if that's true, but I guess it makes sense why the SD one would be called the DVD one instead. So let's hop right into this review. The box is fire. It's kind of got like a iridescent metallic vibe to it. Got a couple sayings, the mayor. You guys can see this over here. Got the sizing, got his signature. So yeah, overall, box is pretty dope. So now here is the shoes, guys. I really wanted the purple colorway, but I didn't see that on the site. They had like the white, neon green, and blue, but I thought this was a little bit doper, so I went with this one instead. And actually just caught a dope little aesthetic I did not notice. This right here says DVD on the side. I was just looking at it and just kind of stuck out to me. I did not notice that while just kind of going over the sneaker. So let's get a weight on the sneaker. I'm going to say it's going to be like 12 and a half maybe. It feels light. 13.1. Kind of shocked by that. Surprised that's 13.1. But anyways, it does not feel very heavy on foot. So I'm going to get rid of one shoe, hop right into it, and working our way from the top down to the bottom. Heel slip-in comfort, heel padding, heel lockdown was great. The padding felt great on foot. I had no issues with the padding. No heel slippage whatsoever. I would have went with a different size, but we'll get into that in a minute. And there was still no heel slippage or anything like that on this, guys. You could see back here where this pink is pretty padded. Back here on the Achilles pad is a little bit more padded than over here on the sides, but it feels great on foot, so no issues with that. Now down on the laces, I had no issues with the laces. Laces were pretty heavy duty. I think they'll last you if you want to play outdoors or anything like that. Might get frayed up a little bit, but their laces is what it is. Now down on the tongue. The tongue's dope. It's got this like little air pocket right here, 1 degree or I think it says 1 degree beyond. Yeah, 1 degree beyond. There's a bunch of signs in there. I do not know what that mean. Something in Chinese. Now, as you work your way down, this part right here is felt. It does feel like a cheaper material, almost something like you felt on the Harden 6s where the patches were. But as you get down here, I like it because it's very breathable. You can see the mesh right there, and it stretches and it conforms to foot. It feels great on foot, so no issues with the tongue. I like the tongue. Down onto materials. Now, at first when I seen them and got them in hand, I really liked the materials. But now that I've played in it and I've kind of felt around the shoe. When I get a shoe, I just grab it. I like to feel around, like stick my finger down between the tongue, stuff like that. All this material basically is plastic around here. And while that's okay because it's very well padded, it doesn't feel like that. But it's this material you see right here, you're not playing in direct contact with that material. There's like a layer of plastic around it. You can see this right here. And it doesn't hurt your foot at all, but I'm afraid where it bends, like right here, these 2 points right here eventually might start to kind of crack in and stuff like that, and then it probably get real ugly from there and just kind of start tearing apart. But this is a budget sneaker, so you can't expect like the world from a budget sneaker. Anything $100 and under, and I actually got a coupon code that will make this $80. I will try to leave the screenshot up here for you guys so you guys can use that as well. I forgot what it was. It's like Vivican or something 40. I'll definitely leave that so you guys can get a deal on this sneaker if you do decide to buy the sneaker. But materials, I really didn't care for them just because of that plastic feel. And I could kind of just feel it on foot. It just felt stiff, felt like it needed to break in. But I'm afraid it might feel like that for a while just because the material is a plastic. You really can't break in plastic. You can only break plastic. So, I mean, the sneaker might last you quite some time, but it's not going to last you a couple years or anything like that. The synthetic toe box right here, I love that. If you're a toe dragger, you ain't getting through that. That's hard plastic. It's definitely going to last you if you get stepped on outdoors or something like that. Like I said, I like to keep my outdoor sneakers very, very cheap. $80 is very, very cheap if you ask me. That's like below budget. Like 90 to 120 is kind of like a budget. This is like under that. I think this is a very affordable shoe, especially if you can get it for the $80. It was like $80 shipped, I think, even after taxes and everything. So I definitely love that. This right here, I don't know what this material is. Around this piece right here, but it feels very soft. It's almost got like a suede to it right here. And all this mesh around it, like I said, this is just laying over top of the plastic. I think they kind of made they made the plastic mold or whatever material it is and then laid this material over top of it. I would have liked it a lot more if it was just this material over top of it. I think that would have been so comfortable. I mean, it's already a comfortable shoe. Like I said, this booty that your foot slides into, you cannot feel none of that plastic. It doesn't feel like you feel it on foot. You don't really feel much pinching or anything like that at all. So as far as materials, I wish it would have been a little bit more high quality, but I cannot complain, especially when you can get the sneaker for like 80 bucks. So you can't really complain when it comes down to materials. Heel counter, definitely have a nice heel counter here in the back. Hard to compress it. You can see that kind of runs all the way around there and right here. Definitely hard to compress that. I thought that they did a great job with the heel counter. They also have Spencer Dinwiddie's signature there. You can see that. They have this right here. I'm not sure what that stands for. I think that says 46. I can't really tell. It's stitched. I like the stitching on the shoe though. I like how they got this right through here. I think that's dope. I love stitching on sneakers. Like the Cosmic Unity stitching blew me away. I love the stitching on the Cosmic Unity. Now down on the support and lockdown, I had no issues whatsoever with support and lockdown. Oh, and one more thing on the materials. One thing that I didn't like and I noticed right off rip, I help coach JV basketball. I see tons of kids' shoes separating in this area right here. You guys can see that right there, kind of that ridge. Now I know if this was to be in a high school basketball game, this would get torn up very, very quick. This material the stitching on it and everything would be coming undone. Actually, it already looks like it might kind of be coming undone on this one. You can see a stitch kind of loose right there. I don't know if you guys could see that, but yeah, that's another part that I really didn't care for because that's always one spot on these sneakers, on any sneaker brand, that starts coming apart. Like if you start rubbing them together like that, this is definitely, after a few rubs, probably going to start wiggling the stitching loose on that, which might cause it to kind of start deteriorating and kind of messing up a little bit. But other than that, it wasn't that bad. So now down on the sizing, I went true to size. If they have a 7.5, I'm not sure. Some Chinese brands don't do half sizes. If they did have a 7.5, I definitely would have went with that. I got too much wiggle room right up in here. So yes, if I was going to suggest you guys, I would say go down a half size. I'm not sure what everyone else is saying. I think I heard go up a half size, but I just wouldn't recommend that for that. But like I said, I hate recommending sizing anyways. I feel like I should just stop doing that because somebody's going to get the shoe and be like, hey, dude, you told me this. But their foot is not the same as mine. I have a narrow foot, high arch. They might have a narrow foot, flat foot. You know, I don't know. So I hate to recommend that. I'm just telling you kind of guys, my type of foot. If you have my type of foot, narrow foot, high arch, maybe you might want to think about going down half a size. Down onto cushioning. Cushioning was great. This Energex foam right here was very, very soft. I'm testing the Hardens right now, and this felt very similar to the Boost, how the Boost felt on the Harden 7. So I give big props to 361 for that. This felt very good. Now, yes, it's a cheap sneaker. It might bottom out, but this is probably the best cheap sneaker cushioning that I have actually got my hands on ever. Like, it felt very good in the heel. Now on the forefoot, there's not much impact protection, but it still feels good on foot. Like, I think you'll be all right to go. If you're a point guard, I think, and you want responsiveness and heel impact protection, you'll definitely get it with the DVD1. Now, down onto traction. I heard good things about the traction. I took it to the gym, got it out, got on the court, run up and down a couple times, and it felt top tier. So while I think, yes, this would be top tier on a clean gym, a taken care of gym, it wasn't on a dusty setting. Picked up tons of dust and slipped out quite a few times. Like on the explode, when I was exploding to the hoop, it slipped out multiple times, and that just doesn't fit my style. Now, if you're playing with this outside, you're good to go. The traction is traction outside. I mean, you could play with flip-flops outside and have good traction. So this will not be an issue if you're getting the sneaker for outdoor use. But for me, it just really didn't suit my game on a dusty setting. Now, down on to would I recommend the sneaker to anybody? Yes, I'd recommend the sneaker to tons of people. I mean, if your parents are on a budget or you need a summer hooping shoe, 80 bucks. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, if a lot of people are going to want to go get a $180 sneaker, $160 sneaker to take outside, and I would not recommend that. I'd recommend you getting 2 pairs of these before you went and did that. And I mean, if you use the code, you can get that for, I think it's like 160 bucks if you cop both sneakers. So yes, point guards, I think you would like this shoe. On a clean floor, I think everybody would like this shoe. Bigs, there's tons of support. Point guards, tons of court feel, so I don't think you guys will really have a big issue when it comes to this sneaker. I'd recommend this to bigs. I'd recommend this to point guards. I'm not sure how high Chinese sizing goes. I know sometimes they cap it at 11, maybe to 13, and they don't go past that. I know a lot of them don't have like huge feet and stuff like that, like our American athletes and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if you can get this in your size and you're looking for a cheap sneaker, this is definitely the sneaker for you. I mean, it should last you long enough. Like I said, my only worry is that point right there and that point right there where the toe bends a lot and the foot bends a lot. You might start getting some separation. Plastic might start cracking, but that has not happened to me yet. Like, it hasn't even shown signs of it. But if it does, it's definitely because of that material that they use. And like I said, the traction will be good if you are using this for the outdoor sneaker. This might be one of the best outdoor sneakers just because how cheap it is. Like, $80 is very affordable. I mean, you could be a kid at home working a job, you know, a few days a week and still get this sneaker. So, I mean, if you guys want to wait for some more colorways to come out, I hope they do drop more colorways, because I think a black colorway would be fire of these, all red, just a few different colors. I think they should drop, but we'll see what they do or what they have planned. I will reach out to 361 in the future again and kind of see if they have any more plans for this and maybe pop it up on my Instagram or a YouTube short or something like that. Or if they send me another colorway, we'll test that one out as well. I'm not sure if they have any translucent materials going. I don't know if the blue and white one was. I know the lavender color wasn't, but I like the DVD one. Not many complaints. So if you guys are looking to get the DVD one, go ahead and hit up 361usa.com. I will leave the link in the description if I did not get that right, and we will see you on the next episode of Sold Out. Peace.